of murder in the first degree, they left some bewildered, some joyous, many angry. Some were angry because the verdict tells a very decisive tale. Blood on the truck, blood on the glove, the blood which the DNA test almost positively identified as Simpson's is everywhere. And he was acquitted. The joyous amongst the OJ junkies claimed it a victory for black men everywhere. Never mind that O.J. Simpson is no more of a black man than I am. I am a white woman. O.J. Simpson left behind his status as the oppressed black man when he became the apple pie All-American superstar. Simpson's innocence signaled a victory, not for the black man, but for the rich, famous, and proud chauvinistic men all over America. I am angry because Simpson's acquittal sends out a horrifying message to the rapists, the wife batterers, the irate and furious husbands of the world. Do what you want, how you want. And you too can literally get away with murder. A friend told me how she was working a women's crisis line when the Simpsons case first became news. The amount of calls nearly doubled. It was as if all the emotionally and physically battered women of an American society saw a small glimmer of light at the end of a tortuous tunnel. If O.J. Simpson, football star and American hero, can be convicted of battering his wife and killing her, maybe then there is justice. But there would be no justice. Forget that the Simpson trial was a murder case. Remember the insurmountable amount of proof as person after person testified to Simpson's abusive nature, his violent attacks, his envy, and his jealousy. Remember the late Nicole Brown Simpson's numerous beatings she received from this American hero. And listen with frightening clarity to the call on 911 in which a tearful, terrified Nicole is screaming for her life. But guess what? You got away with it. It's okay to beat your wife, to stalk her, to make sure she knows to whom she belongs. It's absolutely fabulous to be a rich and famous man who is also quite intimidating in physical stature. To know that not only will beautiful women fight over you, but they'll come crawling back to the slime that you are. I wanted to smack O.J. Simpson for his smugness as the verdict was released. Moreover, I would like to single-handedly ream each and every juror for letting a violent, abusive man back into the world, in which he will, no doubt, repeat his abuses. Most abusers don't stop because they don't believe there's anything wrong with what they do. And the jury, with their lazy decision, has done just that. It's as if they're saying, we don't believe the dead woman on the floor. No, we don't. We don't think you're a murderer because you seem like such a nice guy. If you weren't a nice guy, why would she stay with you so long? Ladies and gentlemen, mass murderers date rapists, wife batterers. Don't get wives and girlfriends because they were an asshole on the first date. They attract women because they are charismatic. They are charming. They are nice. Just like O.J.
In response to Tricia Romano's argument, garbage to trash everywhere. O.J. Simpson was born a black man, will die a black man, and for every day he lives and breathes, he exists as a black man. I was under the impression that you were a man in drag when I observed your photo, because it took a lot of balls to liken yourself to that of a black man. You will never know what a black man has to endure just to survive. In a society where the first thing people see is color of his skin. And for those individuals who don't see race or color, etc., whatever, here lives a black man, born in the ghetto, raised by a strong black woman who excelled as an athlete and, to quote you, became the apple pie All-American superstar. At what point did O.J. Simpson lose the one gift? God bless him. His pretty black skin. Just because O.J. successfully mastered the game of football, white America embraced him. And were the man's culture, race, history, life experiences ignored, excused, replaced, but never forgotten. Ask Mark Furman if he saw a black man when he looked at O.J. Simpson. For even you remembered him as the black man who left his oppressed status. Can one only be oppressed in the ghetto? Who? O.J.? Well, he's not black. He's one of us now. Is that what you and white America were trying to say? How dare you? Your attempt to cover up your racism is pitiful. I honestly believe you may not be aware of this, but you and white America oppressed O.J. Simpson by erasing his race instead of embracing it. But I suppose that's just your attempt at trying to be politically correct. This is just a suggestion for you and anyone else who shares your opinion. Take an African American studies class. Learn about the black man, his family, his culture, his life experiences, but more than that,